You're funny.
Like I said, do you like my tail?
Like I said. Welcome back to a special edition of Iron Rage. I'm joined by Lee Priest, as always. And Lee, we're going to have a special guest in the studio today. And
yes.
Yes.
Before we get going, too, see this here?
The real Lee Priest.
Priest.
Did you get suspended from Instagram again?
Yes, 30 days I'm under review because some guy was abusing me and I said go cliff dive over the rocks. So I guess that's like insinuating suicide or something. I don't know.
You've been suspended by Instagram and Facebook more times than you were by the IFBB.
So I just started this page for the moment. So if you want to follow me, that's where you'll follow me until I get suspended again. But this is how bad it is. Someone on there goes, oh, you probably got suspended because you're an asshole. And I wrote back, well, if everyone that's an asshole got suspended, there'd be no one on here. And because I said asshole, within 30 seconds, this violates our such and such, and they took my post down. But the guy who wrote asshole, his post is up, but my post got taken down.
You're definitely on a watch list. There's no doubt in my mind that you're on a watch list.
Dave, I saw you before we introduced our guest. I saw you with Jimmy on the other day.
Yeah.
Now I got this. You got a piece of paper there? Get a bit of paper.
Yeah.
Get a bit of paper.
I got my paper.
Now write this down. Write this down. I got a pen too. I'll do it with you. Write down 300.
Yeah.
Plus 200.
Yeah.
Plus 100.
Right.
Plus 60.
Mm-hmm.
Now add 6. Plus 6. What do you get?
666.
Unbelievable, Dave. Unbelievable. Now, there's 666 in Congress. Now, let's just say 4 more people came to Congress. Add that. 4 more people come to Congress. What do you got? 670.
Uh-oh.
And let's just say those 4 people now go out for lunch. What happens, Dave? What do you get, Dave? What do you get?
666. Oh my God! Holy shit!
That's incredible, isn't it? Now let's just say 6 of those people go for lunch, and you're back to 660, and then 10 more come in. We're back to 670, and then 4 people go to the toilet. What do you get, Dave?
666.
Oh my God! Oh, Jesus, that's the sign of the beast. It's all a conspiracy, Dave. I tell you, I've worked it out.
But Lee, here's the real thing. You see the 666 here?
That's double, triple 9.
If you turn it upside down, it's 999.
Oh my God! And what if you just turn one of them upside down? It's a 69er with an extra. Oh my God! Oh my God! We've worked out the circle of life, Dave. It's all in the 6s.
Yeah.
Oh,
let me ask you this question. In regards to the suspension of on Instagram.
Yes.
I mean, it almost seems like we don't have freedom of speech anymore. I mean, I don't understand I don't understand why you can't call someone an asshole. I mean, is that bullying? Is that why they didn't?
I can't even. Well, I was even on Nick DiPaolo's thing, and he had that what's her name on the comedian that held up the Trump's head. I forgot her name all of a sudden.
What's her name? The redheaded girl, Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, female version of Carrot Top. A Carrot Top sexier.
Right.
It's like when I see her, I just wrote down, oh God, she looks like a pig. As soon as I put that in, this cannot be posted. Even the word pig, you can't say.
But who's checking all your posts? I mean, how many employees could they possibly have? How many billions of people on Instagram?
It must be set now like algorithms where certain words with me, because like I said, that guy said to me in the comments, oh, probably because you're an asshole, you got kicked off. So I wrote, well, if that's the case, everyone's an asshole. And because I said the word asshole,
right.
As soon as I hit send, 30 seconds, this violates our such and such and this sort of thing. I'm like,
but you know, it's scary though that they're monitoring every word that you're writing. It's pretty weird. It's just, I don't know.
It's like, if you don't like me, don't follow me. And I want to come up on your thing. You had Xavier on the other show the other day. You got to text me early, Dave, before I know.
Come on the show. I remember the last minute. I can't remember anything.
Yeah. And it's true. If you don't, here we live in a democracy, but you don't have to vote. But if you don't vote, you get fined. And then, as Xavier said, they suspend your license. But now we've got this thing in the mail, see, it's called a census.
Right.
You got to fill this out next Tuesday, and you got to fill out for every person in your house, how many people are in the house. It's meant to help with healthcare and all that sort of shit. But the thing is, too, see, census data is inform the nation's decisions on local services, funding healthcare, infrastructure, aged care, blah, blah, blah. So you got to fill this out. And if you don't fill it out, you know, because we live in a democracy, you get fined $220 a day for not filling it out.
Wow.
And then if you don't pay the fine, if you have a business, and here we have an ABN, that's like a tax file number for your business, they'll cancel that so you can't work.
Oh my! Now, what if you don't get the mail? You know, what if you don't, like, literally you don't get the letter? Like, you moved and you didn't do a change of address or something like that. I don't know.
Well, a lot of people are complaining now because this is like now you just go online and do it, but a lot of old people don't. So the old people, if they don't know about it, but how they got to find out, I guess, is watch the news. Right. You got to contact them, and they'll send you out the papers to fill out the papers and mail the papers back. But then again, like you said, if you don't do whatever, then you're screwed. And here, this is how bad it is here too. Today, Dave, breaking news here. Sydney's in lockdown. We're in lockdown to the end of August. But where I live, we're not in complete lockdown until now because they're trying to get everyone to get the vaccine. Last night on the news, breaking news, I live in the Hunter Valley. COVID has been detected in the Hunter Valley. They're checking the wastewater works, and we have discovered COVID in the feces. So now we need people to go out and get tested because people are pooping out COVID. So what they're doing, they're going to the wastewater works where all the sewage goes, and they've detected COVID in the sewage. So now everyone's got to go get tested. You know what happens when people get tested? More cases come out because more people are getting tested.
Guess what?
I'm starting to sound like Jimmy. For God's sakes, what's going on here? It's the 666s in the poo-poo.
Guess what? When you have COVID and you poop, the COVID goes into your feces. You flush it down the toilet, it goes to the waste management plant. Of course there's COVID in the feces. What are they thinking over there?
So that's what they're doing there. They're testing it to see where the areas are coming from. Because this sewage plant, that's where all the sewage from my area comes from. They're saying because we've got the COVID in the poo now, people in Newcastle have COVID, so you better get tested.
Lee, I just realized what the worst possible job you could possibly get is the guy who has to go into that sewage waste and actually test the fucking stuff, right?
I showed him on TV last night, dipping the bottle into the water.
You can't wash your hands. I don't care if you wear 25 pairs of gloves. You couldn't wash your hands enough to get that smell. He got
the bottle of water and he went, COVID. COVID. Hold on. STD from 47 Hancock Street. Yeah, someone. What's that? Oh, someone flushed some condoms. Oh dear.
Let's. I want to talk about something that's going to bring more joy to our face than COVID and poops and getting fined for not voting. I got our friend. He's been on the show before. Felix Garay, all the way from Mexico, and I understand they want to start a new steroid line of Lee Priest steroids over there in Mexico. What's up, Felix?
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Anyway.
I'm still alive, bro.
You are.
Video, have you seen the comments from the last video? Everyone was like, "That man's gonna get killed. He's gonna be dead."
The cartel didn't take you out, huh? They didn't knock you off.
Yeah, no. Thank you for having me here, buddy. Oh, and before everything, to all those motherfuckers that say that my English sucks, I dare you motherfuckers to do an interview in Spanish.
You actually said, I think you have better English than Lee does, actually. You speak much more proper than Lee Priest does. You don't get banned from Instagram, too.
Por favor.
All right. I wanted to get you on here because you had an update. We both forgot about your interview, so I got you on here with Lee and I. What's the update on the underground steroid scene over there in Mexico now? You always give us kind of what the latest and greatest is. What's going on over there? Is the stuff better now or worse since COVID? Is it harder to get stuff, easier? What's going on?
Well, it actually, you will be surprised. I don't know what happened actually, but in the COVID, many people start like buying a lot of stuff, many new labs, good things and bad things happening. The thing is that the raws were much harder to come, as you can.
They weren't coming. They were coming from China, obviously. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So it was harder and harder, but right now, I think it's much better. You got more quality brands.
Right.
Roy tests have been a big useful here down here to test things.
I'm glad everyone's using it. Yeah, we sell a lot of them. Let me ask you this question. Why doesn't Mexico, since everything's pretty much legal there, why don't they just make the raws in Mexico?
I don't know. There was a guy that actually has those intentions to start to doing them, but it was just talk. I mean, I don't know. I think the pharmaceuticals, it's a big mafia. I think, like government, same as U.S. You know, I mean, it won't be a good, I don't know, good market, I guess.
You know, Lee, they talk about the cartel in Mexico, but really the American cartel, which is the people that support all the drug companies here, are probably way worse, don't you think?
Yeah.
I think we lost Lee.
I do.
Did we lose Lee?
No, yeah, yeah, I do. Of course, the American government's worse than any cartel. They're the biggest criminals. Don't get me started on the government and the criminals, Dave. Don't get me started, because you know why? If you get 60 fucking people in government, and then you get another 600 of them buying the drugs, and then 6 people come in and die, that's 666. And then you have 6 people.
Hold on, Lee. Hold your hands up. Hold those fingers up. Do I see 666 in those drawings on your fingers? I think I do. But it's the mark of the beast.
You see Lucifer tattooed here.
There you go.
I don't go in riddles, Dave. I just write my father's name on my arm.
What?
No, but that is the government. Big Pharma is the biggest criminals out of everyone.
That's what I'm saying.
And the reason they get upset is when other people do it, because they're like taking business away from them. We can't have people making money that we can't screw over. Right. It's just like anything. It's like as soon as you start making money from something, they've got to come and get their cut. Yep. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. I'm thinking, but go back to Mexico. Yes, we need the meth brand of steroids with me on the bottle, a little pose like that. You know,
I think they should have a Lee Priest brand there. I think that would be very popular.
I agree. I agree.
Just like Romano, I mean, Bionics was a fucking hit, bro. Like when I tried his line, I think he doesn't do it anymore down here, but when it was fire, like the best year. Yeah. I mean, for real, I blood tested and I was surprised.
Yeah, he was making it himself. That's why it was probably the best. Now, let me ask you this question: What is the brand that you should look out for if you're in Mexico and you know you're looking for stuff? And what are some good brands that are testing out well?
Look, there are like, I'm not joking, like 80. Last night I count 80 brands. So much shit in here. Wow. I mean, there's so much shit still. But I can vouch, like me, I know I'm not muscular and shit, but I've tested with my friends and some people that I know that they're buying real raws, 3 brands. Voxel Labs, which is I have a couple shit here.
Oh, look at
Voxel
that!
Labs.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I like. Hold that up again. I like the silver writing on that, Lee.
Yeah,
very nice. Very nice.
Oh, I have a shirt.
Oh, there you go.
That's a topic that I want to talk in a moment.
Lee, now in Mexico, what they do is, you know how like when in Australia, the U.S., if you want to get a sponsorship from like a nutrition company, you get free protein. You get a sponsorship down in Mexico, you get your gear sent to you too, because the companies that sell the supplements also sell the gear down there.
I want a sponsorship from a gear manufacturer, because people look, they know I'm truthful. I always tell the truth. So if I say this brand of steroid works, there's 80 of them. Whatever I put my name to, people are going to buy it. We can be the kingpins of Mexico.
That's right. Maybe you got to move to Mexico. Get out of Australia if they let you out of there. I don't know.
I can fly to Mexico. Mexico's on a green zone, so I can fly to Mexico no problem. So Sign me up. I want a contract with a supplement company, steroid company in Mexico.
They got to put you up in this one, like a castle with a big freaking wall around it. You know?
No, I'm not into that fancy. I'm not into that fancy shit. Just get me a McDonald's and a gym and a steroid T-shirt and just a couple of thousand every month and a couple of bottles of gear, and I'll be happy.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Come back.
That's a really new modality. So the three brands are Boxa Labs,
right,
Pharmacom, and
right,
XT Labs. But you have to find the real XT Labs. It has like 13 years. They are even on the anabolics book, so they're the biggest ones. I'm going to send you some exclusive footage to you. I actually send you to your Skype, but I guess you can put up.
Send it to Facebook because I can have Tyler put it up from that.
Yeah, and but yeah. Surprisingly, the new methods of selling in here is like that, sponsoring. Like if you were a supplement company, so it's very I don't know, weird maybe, because I don't know if in other parts of the world they are making this, and they actually give you your cycle. They give you, sometimes if you compete in another country, they pay your flights, they pay absolutely like a supplement company, but they give you steroids. So it's weird, huh? But
who do I speak to about who do I speak to about this? Who do I speak to about these contracts?
Yeah, and let me tell you,
LP
pharmacy. Lee, you're gonna have like 20 people, 20 companies contacting you after the show saying, "We'll fly you in, we'll put you up, we'll give you a house, we'll do whatever. You just wear our shirt," you know.
Absolutely.
I'm there. All
right.
There are a few top Olympians that are sponsored by Mexican Steroid Labs. I don't want to mention any names, but you know.
How could they have Olympians but not have the most truthful person in bodybuilding who doesn't talk shit? And I'm only 5'5". That's if anyone needs growth hormone, it's me, for God's sakes.
Are there
they can pay you whatever you want.
Felix, are there any compounds out there, any drugs like that are kind of unique that we haven't seen in a while that are being produced legitimately by these Mexican labs, you know, like maybe like methangyl dipropionate or injectable dianabol, stuff that like are like classics, you know?
Injectable dianabol.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I think I'm leaving my family. I'm divorcing my family to come down there for that.
Look at this stuff.
What is that, 50 mLs?
Does it come? Can you get it in a bigger bottle? That looks a bit small, that bottle.
There's a bigger bottle.
That'll last you 20 years, Lee, the way you take drugs.
It would. It's like, who the hell would use that much? Is that one you just put on the IV overnight and just lay there?
Valentino would use a bottle of that a day, Lee. He'd load his arms
That's one
up.
bicep. That's one bicep.
Yeah, it's one bicep each bottle, yeah.
There's plenty of stuff. I got this from a vet pharmacy.
Right.
For, you're not going to believe it, like $50.
Oh, my God. How many, is that 50 mLs?
No, 100 mLs.
100 mLs.
25 milligrams per cc.
Oh, that's perfect. I used to use 25 milligrams every other day. That stuff is great.
The cheapest I know here in Australia, like if you just want to get like SUS 250, a 10 ml bottle of SUS 250, and the cheapest you'll get it in Australia is like $120 for 10 ml.
Wow. That's a lot.
Well, you can get them much cheaper here. But you know what? You know, guys, what's happening here? Mexicans are now getting the new substances. I have a friend who made DNP, like DNP, but he look what he did. He did DNP and he makes them 10 milligrams. So it's like safe zone. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, so I remember that you said before, Dave, that the problem with DNP is that the safe dose is very close to the effect, to the lethal dose. Right. I mean, you know what I mean.
The problem is just when you're taking enough to get good results, you could actually take too much. It's like GHB. You can kind of go over that line very easily. And I believe that in different people's bodies, they metabolize the DNP differently. So, you know, one guy could use it and it works perfectly. The next guy drops dead from the same dosage, you know. I've
never done DNP. Once I heard about what it does, I figure stay away from DNP. Yeah. I've done DP, and the other thing with DP is you're very close to the other guy's penis, and there's a bit of friction. But That's a little bit more scarier than probably DNP, but you know, sometimes you just got to be careful. It's like a sword fight in the rabbit hole. Just saying. I know that sort of stuff goes on in Mexico too, because they got all the party drugs down there as well. I'm going to Mexico.
Yeah, you should come. And
I'll come.
We have you have come to Mexico.
Yeah, so, I got to come all over Mexico.
Super droll too, Dave. Like it has become so. Sorry, guys. I'm a little nervous, so I'm trying to.
Don't worry about it. We're enjoying all your information. Don't worry about it. Keep it coming.
Be like me.
Let me pop some Xanax. No, I'm just kidding.
Do I see a 666 on his wall behind him? No, his beard. His beard it's shaped like a 6, Lee. You see it?
Oh, hold on. Go back to him.
Or is that a 9? Or is that a 7?
I saw in the DNP bottle, if you turn it upside down, the P looks like a 6, and then if you get the N and you rub the other 2 bits out and you draw a little bit on there, and then the D, if you take a bit away from the D and connect it, 666, DNP is the devil's drug.
All right, good. Felix, sorry. Say what you were saying.
Yeah, well, I was just saying, like, they are introducing into the market these new compounds, which they are not new, but in the Mexican market, they are new, like Primo tabs. Like,
oh, really? Have you tested those Primo tabs?
I do, but I don't have the fucking video. I was going to buy the Roy test, and I was willing to do it here, like in live, but it didn't come on time. So
that's one of my favorites, Primo acetate tabs.
But you can't. Can you still get? You can't get. I know here in Australia, you can't get real primo injectable anymore.
From pharmacy, no, they are discontinued from too many years ago.
Didn't we talk about, Felix, the fact that Primo and powders are really expensive? So I'm surprised that they're making real Primo acetate tabs, because you know, I would imagine if I was a guessing man and someone told me they had Primo tabs from Mexico, I'd say they'd probably Dianabol. That's what I would think.
That's the point about the sponsorships. It's growing. These guys are getting much more money.
Yeah.
Sponsoring people, making much more marketing in social media, so they have more money to invest.
Right.
And they actually are doing the things like right on the spot, and it's crazy. They are doing super droll too, but young guys are abusing it, bro. Like popping 10 a day.
Yeah, that's too much. That's very toxic, super droll too. But the Primo acetate tabs, I'll tell you why I like them, because women can use them because they only have like a 4 or 5 hour half-life in the body. So it's not like women will be exposed to the drug for the entire day, where if you inject Primabol injectable, it stays in your system all the time. So you're going to get a much greater exposure rate. The acetate tabs. And for men, if you take like a pill every 4 hours throughout the day, I always found that the last like 6 weeks or so, I got really hard on those things. They really, really harden your physique up. So it's a good drug if it's real. And, I'm assuming that you, like I said, you verified it. And so that's pretty amazing. How many pills are in a bottle?
In this bottle, 50 pills. Yeah. I mean, not 100 pills, just 50 pills.
That's all right. That's how the old German ones came, the Primo acetate tabs,
25 milligrams.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And the market has been changing in good ways and bad ways too. There's so many guys. This year I got like 10 young boys with his cheeks infected with dirty. I mean, and these
dirty penises, Lee. That's what happens when you get these guys,
all I heard was 10 young boys infected in their cheeks. Automatically, I thought fucking Joe Biden had been there.
You're fucking too much.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a lot of dirty steroids out there that people are getting infections from?
Absolutely. As far as they're good, very good stuff. Only those 3 brands, but the other 78, something like that, they're completely bunk.
Right.
And I actually made a video in my channel, which is it's a very little channel in English too. I made a video. I fly to Cancun, and I did go to each pharmacy.
Yeah.
And the point of the video was tips to avoid of getting scammed.
How can you give us some of those tips? Let me hear it.
Well, first of all, if you, I mean, I don't want to advertise my channel, but if you see that video,
yeah,
I record a pharmacy, and that's a fucking mafia, bro. I mean, I don't care about saying that, but those pharmacies, you got to stay away from them because all they have is fake, like the GHs, like the
you're talking about the touristy ones in the tourist areas?
Yeah, and tourist every Mexico tourist zones, like beaches, in the border towns, like Tijuana, you know. Right. They are all over Mexico. Like they have to actually avoid those pharmacies. They must go to, let me tell you, two good pharmacies. Farmacias Benavides is one that legitimate. Yeah. And
let me write that down. How do you spell that? Les pharmacies.
666, Lee. That's how you spell it. Yeah.
666.
And the other one is Farmacias Guadalajara, just like the city.
That's the one John probably used.
Farmacias
Guadalajara. You can get over there like real Reject sustenance, Primo Teston Depot, which is Testenante.
Yeah. How much are the Rejects going for nowadays in the pharmacy? They're a lot, right?
Yeah, like $30, just 1 cc.
That's crazy. Well, who's going to pay for that? That's nuts.
I would. That's cheap compared to Australia. I'd pay for it.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of people that really don't trust on some brands, and they mostly the new IFBB pros from Mexico, because I don't know if you have seen that we have much IFBB pros.
No, yeah, you got some great pros coming out of there now.
Yeah, so I think they are like the guys that are investing in most pharma products. But yeah, like the underground labs, those three that I've told you are, you know, the best ones in the market right now. Right.
Well, you know, I appreciate you informing us.
I've never been to Mexico, so I'm willing to come, and I'm willing, if you know people at these free good companies, I'll take any sponsorship from any one of them.
Lee, I think when you decide to do your show and we figure out what show you're going to do, we ought to. I think you know how Ramy goes to Dennis James' house to make sure he doesn't cheat on his diet.
I can go to Mexico.
Yeah,
I'll go to Mexico.
12 weeks.
I can do seminars. I can do seminars in Mexico. I can train people. I can get stem cell and get drugs.
There you go.
and party in Cancun and do everything.
Just don't get any infected cheeks while you're at it. That's all.
Dave. Before we go too, I'm sure Felix might want to do this too. Have you got a dollar bill? Have you got a dollar bill?
Nah, we're not doing the.
No, do it. No, get it out.
All right, hold on. I'm getting my dollar bill out. Yeah, hold on a second.
And why are you always carrying a dollar for anyway? That's what I want to know.
I'm an American. I got money. I carry cash still. Yeah.
Okay. Now fold it in half.
I love this.
Yeah. Now fold it in half this way.
Yeah.
Now fold it in half this way.
Okay.
Yeah. Now fold it in half again.
Which way? This way?
Anyway, you decide. Yeah. Now fold it in half again.
I can't.
Now what do you get? Correct. Sore fucking fingers. Sore fingers.
I think I got a 666 on here. Hold on a second.
Hold on.
There's a 6.
The X and the M. The X and the M and the C.
There's a 6 right there.
And if you got $3 bills and you do it 3 times, you'll get 666.
And just so happens I have $3 bills in my wallet. Only 3. Is that a coincidence?
Oh my God. You're part of the Illuminati.
Uh-oh.
Now take the M and the C and the X and the 1 minus the X, add the D, and then add the C, and then add 3. Go back to the M, minus that by 3, and you get P. And what do you get? C3PO! Star Wars! That's part of the Earth and the universe. C3PO.
All right, this is the rumor I'm going to start. Lee Priest, Kai Green moving to Mexico together. They're going to roommate together, and Lee's going to help Kai get ready for the Olympia, and then Kai will help Lee for his comeback to the Arnold Classic in March. That's going to be the
He's going to help me dance, and then I'm not sure now because Phil Heath putting out all these pictures. I think there's a contest between Phil and Kai to see who can drum up the most bullshit about who's going nowhere.
I'm going to sponsor you.
Dave.
Yeah.
I'm going to sponsor you guys.
All right. Felix is going to sponsor you. Lee, I got his commitment.
Just me.
I got his commitment on the air right here.
Look at this. Imagine that arm on a bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that would work. That would work.
Exactly.
Some DMP in there.
And the good thing is, in Mexico, too, there's a lot of short Mexicans like me.
Yeah.
Lee, the T-shirts that say, trust your priest, you know, and then put the brand name right underneath it, you know.
And the T-shirt would be black with just a little white bit on the collar.
That's right. That should be the brand.
And that white bit.
That should be the logo. The bottle should look like a little priest.
And that white bit on the collar ain't semen either, just because I'm a Catholic priest, all right? So just have a little.
That could be the peel away. That could be the peel away. That's how you open the bottle up. You peel the little white thing off.
That might upset a lot of people because there is a lot of religion and Catholics in Mexico. So we don't want to upset some of our customers, Dave. Stop being stupid.
That's right.
Stop being stupid.
Felix, before we wrap this thing up, give us one more great bit of information that we might not know about the underground scene over there in Mexico.
I'm going to write it down.
Well, you guys, with those 3 brands that I told you, you can get good quality, cheap prices, and I think XT Labs is actually sending to the US a lot.
Oh, they are. Okay.
They are. Yeah, they have a real facility, so that will be convenient for the guys. I mean, I've been receiving gear. A lot of people sending me free stuff from the US to Mexico actually to try it out, and man, it's not that good. Like the gear from the US is not that good as most of the American people said. I have a lot of friends there, but I started using injectable Superdrol, and man, I was so fucking pumped up like 3-4 months ago, and then I was at my mom's house and I was sitting like this, and the air conditioner was,
Were you sweating?
So I started feeling very, very freeze here, so I noticed that I was starting fucking losing hair from that shit. I mean, I was scared as
I don't know why anyone would use some of the drugs that are really toxic. I mean, I know the Superdrol, probably in an injectable form, isn't quite as toxic as an oral form, but I wouldn't use. See, the reason why certain drugs were never made by these pharmaceutical companies legitimately was because they were deemed too toxic. So they didn't make them. Anadrol was probably the most toxic drug they actually physically made and prescribed. Everything beyond that, they said, you know what, this might be a little too dangerous. We're not going to make it. So, of course, they went and grabbed all those drugs and they started making those and selling them. So if I'm advising people, I always tell people, stay away from the really toxic drugs. There's so many good anabolics out there that you can use that don't have that level of toxicity, that there's no reason that you have to find the one that is the most toxic and use it. That doesn't mean it's the best. It just means you're going to have the most side effects from it,
That's very good of Big Pharmacy in America to not put out any poisons or toxic drugs to the American people. Not like Oxycontin or codeine or the vaccine or anything. No. They're very worried about, it's not like they're going to sell you cigarettes or anything that could cause cancer. So I'm very happy that the pharmaceutical companies in America really looks out for the Americans' health. Go USA. XT sponsors LP. Sounds good.
There you go. What's the #1 selling anabolic there, would you say, right now?
Substance or a laboratory?
No, I'm saying like drug. Like what drug is the most probably purchased? Is it testosterone?
Oh, no, Trenbolone for sure.
Oh, no.
People are obsessed with Trenbolone.
Why? Why is that? Why is that? It's all the young kids. All the young kids I see on Instagram. Oh, trend this, trend that. Trend this, trend that. It's like I used Trend probably 3 times, and the very last time was with Kathy. It would have been around 2004, getting ready for an Ironman, and I put it in my shoulder. It's one of those two when you put it in. I've heard too, like you said, because it's in stuff, and maybe even if it's based in alcohol. As soon as I pushed it, my chest got, the tightest ever. I couldn't even cough. It was that tight. I'm thinking I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm going to end up on the bathroom floor, a needle in my arm. So I never used it since. That's why I don't get this whole fascination with Tren and young kids. That's all they talk about. Tren this, Tren that. I'm like, my God. And everyone that uses a lot of Tren, when I look at their pictures on Instagram and Facebook, they look shit. So I don't know why. It's like...
They're doing their first cycle with trend. Like I know a guy who runs like 1 cc a day, and I know for a fact that he's using real trend and real dose. So I mean, it's very people are getting. You know what? There's another compound that are getting so popular, which is worse. Is Trenbolone mix. So it's. I mean, I think it's more toxic. I don't know if the parabolan, which is supposedly in there, it's real or not. I don't know, but people are dumping that shit in five syringes. You know, I mean, 5 cc syringes, and they're getting results. But I don't know. I mean, they're getting acne. They're getting all the side effects. Their penis doesn't go up. And,
they're getting acne. They're getting acne. They're losing their hair, but they're not getting any muscle. But we'll keep taking it. What happened to the old cycles? When I started, I just did Deca, and then my next cycle was Deca and Dianabol. What happened to the good old basics?
I told the guy once he wanted to use Trenbolone. I said, let me tell you something. I want to use 25 milligrams 3 times a week. Just experiment. Trust. He's like, I heard you got to use 105 times a week. I said, use 25. If you can handle 25 milligrams 3 times a week, then you can raise the dosage a little bit. This guy was getting in bar fights. He completely changed his personality because it really raises your aggression level up tremendously. It makes you agitated. It definitely raises blood pressure. You sweat all the time on it. It does make your body look good if you train hard and you do all the other stuff right, but you don't really need as much as people think. And I think that's a mistake that people are making. I love Tren. It's one of my favorite drugs, but you don't really need to use as much as you think. 50 milligrams 3 times a week or every other day of trenbolone acetate is more than enough. Trust me, if you do that, you won't notice a lot of the negative side effects and you'll get mostly just positives. That's my experience.
There's a guy, I don't know if that's true. I was going to ask you, is there any true that Tren really affects your brain cells, like your thoughts, the brain cells?
I'll tell you something. I'm a very mild-mannered guy. I always was. I'm always very peaceful. I'm not really looking to get fights with people. I'm not an asshole by any means in the sense that I don't go around start looking to pick fights. When I would take Trenbolone, I was so angry all the time. And I didn't even connect the dots what it was being caused by. I thought it was because I was just irritable from dieting. But the second I stopped the Tren, like when the show was over and everything like that, I completely changed my mood. It really does raise your anger, irritability. It puts your nervous system on edge, which means like you can never relax. It's very hard to fall asleep at night. And some people get like chronic hiccups from it. Some people get indigestion because it overstimulates your digestive system as well. It's not a great drug to be on for a long period of time. If you're going to use it for a short period of time to get ready for a competition, that's one thing. I wouldn't be staying on it for months and months and months, though.
And that Tren cough I remember that you said in one episode that you never experienced in the 80s and 90s. You never
not with Parabol, no. Only with Tren acetate I noticed it. Yeah.
I think are the solvents, right?
I don't think so. I think it's the Tren. I think the difference was that when we used Parabol and it was only 76 milligrams, you used it twice a week, every 3 or 4 days. So I think you just didn't get it because the dosages weren't high enough. In Trenbolone, the Parabolone had a very slow absorption rate. It was a long-acting compound. So you didn't get this massive amount of androgen release immediately. So I think that might have been one of the reasons why. But, who knows what the real reason is. There could be impurities in it. I don't know. But Trenbolone across the board does cause that cough. So I have to imagine it's coming not from the preservative, but from the actual drug itself. So.
Well, that's happening in Mexico, guys. Sadly, we don't see much more muscular people. We are looking. We have much better drugs, better quality, much serious businesses into the industry here, but we don't see better bodies. I think they are focusing more on drugs than diet and training programs and stuff.
It's still all at the end of the day. It's about diet and working out and supplementation and doing the right workouts. If you don't do all that,
and genetics.
Yeah,
genetics doesn't hurt, right?
That's what I was going to say. I mean, Mexicans, we just don't, and it's not an excuse, but
you guys have good genetics, though. That's the difference. You guys do have good genetics.
I think we have good genetics for men's physiques, but for open bodybuilders, I mean, we just don't have, not even one. We have 212 guys
Well, you guys are shorter, that's why. So, I mean, you know, there's not that many tall Mexicans.
What? What's wrong with being short? Did you say
Nothing.
short?
You'll fit right in. You'll blend in. They'll think you're Mexican. Don't worry about it.
They have good genetics for gardening.
They'll say, look, it's Juan Marquez.
Hey, yes.
Lee,
who's the other one?
Come to Mexico and get
Jose Guzman.
Jose Guzman, yeah. He was from New York. He was a good bodybuilder. Jose Guzman.
You're going to say come to Mexico and get a girl pregnant and start a gym court?
Don't get anyone pregnant.
I was going to say that, Lee, you should come to change the genetics with a Mexican girl. She's going to...
Yes. Here's an idea.
Spread your seed around, Lee.
I'm going to come to Mexico. I'm going to get sponsored by one of these drug clinics. They're going to take my blood. I'm going to give a little sample in a bottle. And they're going to take my DNA. And they're going to sell my DNA from my blood and semen. I'm sure they could do it. Someone can do it. And we can... have this like Lee Priest.
You're joking, but you know what? A couple of people in my neighborhood, I have a lot of property here, they have cows. And they're like, I said, how do you breed your cows? I don't see any male bulls running around here. They're like, oh, bulls are dangerous. You could go online, you could actually buy vials of semen.
Yeah.
And they send it to you in the mail on ice, and you just inject it into the females, you know, and in the right place, and you make baby cows. It's amazing. You don't even need and pretty soon, pretty soon they'll be doing that with us. We'll be obsolete males. They'll just be storing all our sperm.
They say, you know, because the bulls are dangerous, having sex with the cow.
Yeah.
Imagine the job jacking the bull off to get the semen. How dangerous is that job?
No, but that will be a good method. You can charge any woman to get them pregnant. You know, whatever you want, Lee. Imagine having a child of Lee.
I once
went out with a Puerto Rican. I'm a love child of Lee Priest. Yeah.
I went out with a Puerto Rican once, and they're sort of close to Mexico type mentality, and they're crazy. And I watched those movies, you know, like Animal Kingdom and stuff, and all those girls are connected to the cartel. So if you don't treat them right, they'll come and chop my pee-pee off.
Oh. Oh my God. Wow.
Felix, I want to thank you for stopping by again and giving us the update on the Mexican drug scene, and I'm sure we'll have you back again. And Lee.
Before you go, Dave, get your pen and paper.
No,
get your pen and paper. Yes. One more time. This is I just discovered this. 680. Write it down. 680.
No, I don't want to
do it. Write it down. This proves the Illuminati is real and the Earth is flat.
Oh shit!
Look at this. Write down 680.
All right, 680.
Minus 10.
Minus 10.
Minus 4.
Minus 4.
What do you get?
666.
And look, I put it on a round piece of paper, and when I wrote it on the piece of paper, 666 happened, and look what happened. The paper became flat.
Oh no, it's like the flat earthers.
Who knew?
You're a genius.
Yeah, the mark of the devil. What do I got on my shirt? This must be some kind of Illuminati symbol too. It looks like it, doesn't it?
Hey, look, Tyler, on the bottom. Look, actually on the bottom of his shirt. Look, that's a 6 and a 6 and a 9 at the top. Look, 2 6s on the bottom, and that one at the top is a 6. It's 6066. I don't know what the 0 is for.
The mark of the devil. That must be like
the.
See, I just did a blood sacrifice last night, right there. I cut my head,
actually, though, look,
and I bled.
Tyler, look at it. Look at his
blood
shirt.
from the blood iron.
666 on the shirt. It's there, Dave. I can see it. Jimmy could see it. You think you're part of the Illuminati?
I'll do the special symbol for the right. Don't they do this, something like this, or something like that, or you know, that's the Illuminati symbol. All right, I gotta go. I gotta wrap this up. I'm losing my mind. Thank you, Felix. Thank you, Lee. Dave Palumbo with another edition of Iron Rage. Don't forget to subscribe to Lee's new Instagram, The Real Lee Priest.
That's a special symbol.
Thank you, guys. Lee, I wait for you here in Mexico.
Yes, I want to get sponsored. Hook it up.
You're going to get a sponsor, I'm telling you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm telling you, Lee, 12 weeks before the Olympia, you got to go out there and train with your new sponsor and your new gear. Let them gear you right up.
I lived in America 18 years, and I've never been to Mexico.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I figured there was nothing to. I figured there was nothing to see because everyone was coming to America from Mexico. So I figured, why should I go there?
Exactly.
Dave, what are you doing?
I will make you a party if you come.
You didn't know what you were missing.